listening to the UAE's #1 talk radio station.
This is Afternoons on Dubai Eye 103.8.
In April, Parkinsons Awareness Day falls during that month. I think it's the 11th of April. And tremors on the hand are one of the most well-known symptoms of Parkinson's disease. Now, I remember first hearing about this 30 years ago when one of my favourite actors in one of my favourite films was struggling with it. And he came out at the age of 29 years old in about 1991 to talk about it. His name, Michael J. Fox. Back to the Future.
It's just about right now. You don't know where this is going. You can't know. If you're newly diagnosed, your symptoms are probably barely perceptible, and they're going to increase, no question. But don't jump to that point. Just take it as it goes, and don't. You know, when I was first diagnosed, I remember like the next day, if I remember correctly, I think I got into bed, and then I was, about half a day of that, I went, I'm not sick. What is this? This is stupid. And you know, there's this feeling of, you know, if you're in an accident and something catastrophic happens to you, you step off a curb, get hit by a bus. I mean, immediately you're in that new reality. Well, a Parkinson's diagnosis is kind of like being stuck in the middle of the road with cement shoes on and hearing the bus coming. And you don't know when it's going to get there, and you don't know how hard it's going to hit, and you don't know if it's going to graze you or take you full on or just run over your foot. And there's a lot of fear in that. But if you can, and this comes with acceptance, if you can just kind of say, well, look, it is what it is today, and I'm gonna get a good relationship with the doctor. I'm gonna understand the situation. I'm gonna understand all the treatments available. I'm gonna perhaps get to a point where I can be proactive in the community and try to hasten a change, whether supporting research or just getting involved in the community with other patients.
He describes that so well, being stuck in the middle of the road. The bus is coming for you. You don't know when it's going to come. There's fear associated with it, but you still have to accept it. The way he described that made me understand what he goes through on a daily basis. And I can't imagine living with that. You know, when I think about him with Back to the Future, to where he is now, bless him, he is doing his best to make people aware of this. He's now 61. Joining me now to talk more about this is Dr.Youssry Shafiq. He's a specialist neurologist at Saudi German Hospital, which is my local hospital. Hi, Dr. Youssry. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
I'm very good. Do you know Michael J. Fox from Back to the Future? Do you know him? Do you know him, Dr. Youssry?
Yes, I know him.
You've heard of him. Okay, you've seen the film. Can you explain, because he was 29 when he came out. We've got a lot of celebrities out there, such as Muhammad Ali, who's had it. Now, when I remember hearing Muhammad Ali having it, he's a boxer. So I thought it's something to do with boxing, being hit in the head. Obviously with Michael J. Fox, it's nothing to do with that. Why does it happen to people? What exactly is it?
We have multifactorial theories about this, or multifactorial causes that can cause this. In young people, okay, usually it's genetics, but this gene is run in certain families. And also we have other causes like the multiple trauma, or if he had some sort of infection that affecting the brain, it can give as a sequelae, can give a Parkinson, or if he is exposed to some certain of herbicide or pesticide, it can also give us frequent exposure to it. And still we have the idiopathic cause that it can come of its own to certain type of people. So we have multifactorial here. We don't have only one factor.
So let's talk about Parkinson's disease in this region. How prevalent is it in the UAE?
We have the recent study that it occurred in 2019. Okay, it mentioned that here in the Gulf region, it ranges from 150 to up to 148. Okay, the highest number in Qatar, the lowest number in Kuwait. In UAE, it's 135 per 100,000 population.
What are some of the earliest signs that you might think somebody may have it in the family, or that you may be struggling with it?
The first sign of Parkinson, it ranges. The first sign, it will be slow movement. It's shaking hands during rest. Sometimes it can affect the sleep. Sometimes it can affect the smelled. So if we will have any of these signs, we are thinking about he might have Parkinson's disease.
What about a cure? Do we know anything about a cure, or is it something that you just have to live with?
Unfortunately, till now, we don't have a cure from Parkinson, but at least we have a medicine that it can make the life easy with Parkinson, especially the first 10 years of the disease.
And what about what about age? I mean, like, for example, Michael J. Fox has had this, he's 61 now, so he's had it for at least over 30 years. Is everything okay? Can you live a long age with this?
Yes, as long as you are taking the regular medication, at least we can have a good life expectancy with Parkinson manifestations.
Okay. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
This content is for informational purposes only and does not intend to substitute professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Make sure you tune in to Afternoons with Helen Farmer every weekday from 2 p.m.
You've been listening to a Dubai Eye 103.8 podcast. To enjoy lots more from Dubai Eye in the United Arab Emirates, just go to DubaiEye1038.com or find them wherever you normally get your podcasts.